Without a doubt, one of the biggest concerns that a lot of players have voiced in recent weeks and months regarding Modern Warfare is that of the microtransactions and post-launch content system. We are coming hot off the heels of Black Ops 4, a game that was riddled, plagued, and downright overwhelmed by microtransactions and a pretty lackluster content model. And easily the biggest drawback of BO4 was its MTX and black market systems. But today, we got some absolutely massive news for Call of Duty, more specifically for Modern Warfare, as the worry of supply drops and ridiculous microtransactions has officially been addressed, not just by Infinity Ward, but by Activision themselves. To cut right to the chase, Modern Warfare is completely changing the post-launch content model, and supply drops will not be a thing this upcoming year. And hopefully further on down the road in future games that'll stand true as well. But for the time being, we have a ton of spicy intel to cover today as we break down the huge content changes coming to Call of Duty this year. Before we jump into all of that though, if you are new here, feel free to subscribe with your post notifications turned on. That way you'll always know when a new video goes live. And of course, if you enjoyed this one, let me know by dropping a like rating on it, as it does really help out. And now let's get into MW's new content model and what it means moving forward. So jumping right into the Activision blog post detailing all of this news, the main highlight is that there will in fact be no loot boxes and no supply drops in Call of Duty Modern Warfare ever. Done deal, the supply drops are gone, and that in and of itself is absolutely incredible. To replace the supply drops, Activision and Infinity Ward are introducing a brand new Battle Pass system, much like you would find in, say, Fortnite, or for better reference, Call of Duty Mobile. With this new Battle Pass system, all functional content that has an impact on game balance, for instance, weapons and attachments, can and will be unlocked simply by playing the game. Meaning you can earn a new weapon just by playing the game, I can earn the same weapon just by playing the game. It is no longer RNG that determines who gets what weapon when, which is something that I was definitely not expecting to hear this morning when I woke up, but nonetheless I am incredibly excited about it. In addition to that, the new Battle Pass system will allow players to see all content that you can earn or purchase, meaning yes, you can still buy the tiers in the pass if you so please. The passes themselves will launch alongside the new post-launch live content seasons, and like what we saw with the operations in Black Ops 4, these seasons will carry themed content throughout them. However, the good news does not stop there. These battle passes will also allow players to naturally earn COD points simply by playing the game, much like how you can in COD Mobile or how you can in Fortnite with the V-Bucks system. I would assume this means that certain tiers in these battle passes will feature 100 or 150 COD points as a reward, and you can unlock those type of tiers several times throughout each pass, which is something that I know a lot of people, myself included, have been asking for quite some time now. As far as the content itself goes, there will be both a free battle pass and also a premium battle pass, so you will still have to pay for the better content if I had to guess. But coinciding with the fact that you can actually see the content in the pass laid out before you guarantees you that you know exactly what you are paying for, which is a far better system than what we've ever seen in previous years when it comes to just outright buying content. I should also mention that both the Battle Pass and the in-game store, which I would assume will likely resemble Blackjack's shop, will both feature cosmetic content that does not impact game balance. Now, I'm sure you are probably wondering when we'll actually be able to get our hands on the new Battle Pass and this new content model in general, and Activision and Infinity Ward did say that this is a feature that is not going to be in the game when it launches next week, but instead it'll be coming a bit later on down the road. The reasoning behind this is that IW wants to focus on making the day one experience as awesome as it can possibly be, but they did say the system should be launching later this year, so sometime in November or December presumably. So what does all this mean for Call of Duty moving forward? Honestly, my initial take is nothing but good things. As I said, Black Ops 4 was one of the worst examples that we've seen of microtransactions ruling over the game. I've said it many times before and I'll say it again now, BO4 was a game that emphasized paying over playing. And that's not necessarily on Treyarch, that's more so on Activision. I know for a fact that there are plenty of people over at Treyarch who were not so pleased with the system that they had to implement into the game. But the complaints, the feedback, the criticism, it all seemed to pile up enough to the point where Activision finally had to stand up, man up, and actually turn things around. Judging from what I've seen when I've hopped on Twitter or browsed through the MW subreddits, one of the biggest concerns going into this year was about the supply drops and the microtransactions. I have seen so many people saying, you know, if this game has another trash MTX model, I'm just not gonna buy it. I'm just gonna give up on COD. And it seems like there was enough support behind statements like those that Activision finally realized, you know, maybe the consumers are actually onto something. As much as I don't really like comparing things to Fortnite because frankly the game is an outlier example, it's a very unique title in many different situations, the game is so popular because for the most part, it does really cater to the consumers, and not just to the shareholders like it seems Activision has with its many titles over the years. So today, in my opinion, marks a very big step moving forward for Call of Duty, as it seems this new post-launch content model is not just going to be taken up for MW, but also in future titles like Treyarch's 2020 game, as Treyarch actually ended up tweeting, quote, "This is great news for the community today from Call of Duty, starting with Modern Warfare," end quote. The keywords there are starting with Modern Warfare. So this time next year we'll have the 2020 title ahead of us, and hopefully the same stance on supply drops remains true. All around, this was one very pleasant surprise if you ask me, and it was also definitely one of the biggest steps forward that Call of Duty and Activision have taken in recent years. Natural ways to earn COD points, weapons that are unlocked through playing the game and not through stupid RNG and trash odds, no supply drops filled with mostly filler content, just straightforward, easily accessible post-launch DLC that hopefully will have MW living on well past its primary year of life. With all of that being said, that is effectively going to wrap things up for today. So if you enjoyed the video, drop a like on it, give it a big old thumbs up, it would be much appreciated. And of course, if you are new here and you want to stay on top of the latest things happening in the world of Call of Duty, ranging from news to leaks to updates and everything else in between, feel free to subscribe with your post notifications turned on. That way you'll always know when a new video goes live. As always, be sure to use code IMMORTAL on all G Fuel, Control Freak, and Respawn products. All of those links are listed in the description down below, and once again, thanks so much for tuning in. Until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.